In this video, we are studying about the phylum Cnidaria. This phylum is also called as Coelenterata. This phylum is divided into three classes: class Hydrozoa, Scyphozoa, and Anthozoa. Let us see one by one. First, Hydrozoa. These animals have habitat mostly marine. Only few animals found in fresh water. These animals are solitary and some are colonial. Asexual polyp is a dominant form and Medusa possesses true velum, means it has a ciliated layer, membranous layer on mouth. Mesoglia is simple and acellular. The examples of hydrozoa are Hydra, Obelia and Physalia. Second class, Scyphozoa. These animals having habitat exclusively marine. They are solitary or freely swimming. Medusae is a dominant and it is large bell or umbrella shaped. Polyp is short lived or absent. Mesoglia is cellular. In Hydrozoa, we see Mesoglia is simple and acellular, but this class Scyphozoa has cellular Mesoglia. Examples: Aurelia, general its common name is jellyfish. The third class, Anthozoa. These animals are also exclusively marine. Their habits are solitary and colonial. The Medusa stage is absent in Anthozoa and Mesoglia contain fibrous connective tissue as well as amoeboid cells. The examples of Anthozoa are the Xenia, Tubifora, sea anemone, etc. The examples we study, some photographs are here. The first example, Obelia. This Obelia, in diagram you can observe. First diagram is photograph of Obelia and second, third stained slides. You can observe the structures, birds, Medusa stage and entire polymorphism well developed in Obelia. The characters of Obelia. Obelia is colonial, marine, sedentary, coelenterate, attached to seaweeds, shells, rocks, etc. The colony of Obelia made up of branches and zooids. This colony having inner tubular and living part cynosarx. The cynosarc is surrounded by tough non-living layer called perisarc. The cynosarc is continuous with the zooids. In diagram you can observe perisarc as well as cynosarc. The cynosarc is continuous. The colony of Obelia is dimorphic, that is, it shows two types of zooids. The zooids are polyps or hydranths and blastostyles. The polyp or hydranth are nutritive in function. These are called as gastrozooids. Blastostyles are reproductive in function, hence called as gonozooids. The perisarc is yellowish brown, tough, transparent layer. The perisarc is protective layer made up of cuticle. In this animal, we see the polymorphism. These two morphs are present. Next example is physalia. In this diagram, we see the physalia, its ink ejection, etc. The, it is also called as Portuguese man of war. It is floating hydrozoan colony consisting of 4 types of polyps. The polymorphism of Physalia shows 4 types. The nematophore functions as a float, that is the dorsal cap-like structure, which is called as nematophore. The dactylozoids functions like a tentacles. Gastrozoids functions like a feeding zooids. Gonozoids produce gametes for reproduction. The Portuguese man of war has 2 types of stinging cnidocyte cells used to obtain food with the help of tentacles. Food sources usually consist of fish and small adult fishes, as well as small crustaceans are also included in food. Sensory cells are numerous and located in epidermis of tentacles and the region around the mouth. Movement of this animal is done passively with the aid of its gas filled float, that is nematophore. The reproduction of Portuguese man of war is based on colony of unisexual organism with each individual having a specific gonozoids. Next example is Aurelia. Aurelia, in this diagram we can observe photographs of Aurelia as of this one schematic diagram is there, which show a vertical section of this animal. This diagram shows gastric cavity, radial canals, subumbrella, mouth, tentacles, etc. Photograph also shows the tentacles and gastric cavity, which is transparent one. Aurelia is marine, commonly known as jellyfish. Body is soft, bell-shaped or umbrella-shaped, perfectly transparent and bluish in color. The reddish or pinkish horseshoe-shaped gonads are clearly visible from the surface. In second diagram, gonads are visible. The circular body presents a concave oral or subumbellar surface. From the center of subumbellar surface hangs down a short manubrium. At the free distal end, manubrium, a squarish mouth is present. From each corner of mouth hangs down a long, tapering, much frilled, delicate oral arms. Each oral arm has a ventral ciliated groove leading to the mouth. The edges of arms are beset with stinging cells called nematocysts. The circular margin of umbrella is broken into 8 lobes by notches. In each notch is sense organ called tentaculocyst. The free edge of umbrella is base with closely set, delicate, hollow marginal tentacles. Next example is tubifora. In this diagram, we can observe the Tubular structures. Name indicates tubipora. The organ pipe coral can be found in the shallow water of West Pacific to the South Japan, west to Africa's east coast, throughout the Red Sea. एकच मिनिटात